I used to love this show. I mean, the way he just expresses himself is great. And I have just come quickly to talk about a blog that I did last week, which was about a side hustle. And then reading an article today where someone who had two jobs was considered to be a breach of trust and fraudulently working for the two jobs and therefore fired. They were working from home and they had signed up as a casual worker for another organization. And then it turns out that when they were looking at his taxes, tell you about those taxes, they found that they were earning more money at the casual job than they were at their permanent job, full-time job. Which makes me question, like, yeah, exactly, Tony. Like, what? But, yeah, apparently so. And it seems to be an increasing problem for HR at the moment, that people are working from home and therefore taking on a full-time second job. So you're sharing the hours between the two employers. It's really not funny. It is a breach. Is it a breach of trust though? It is kind of a breach of trust. I can see where that is happening because when you take on employment, you agree to fulfill your contractual obligations. That usually means that you're going to work from X time to Z time. And if you're working for somebody else in between that, then yeah, I can understand the problem. But for employers, this is where I'm always talking about house rules, and you never know to take action until a problem comes up. You should have had a forethought. We're in like a crisis, a cost of living crisis, because they won't call it a recession. People have been bored out of their mind for the last 2-3 years, and idle hands makes work for who? So they found a way of increasing their income. Everybody wants to live their best life and live it large, and they found a way to do that. You should have something in place, and it should just solidify the fact that policies are necessary. You need to have a document in place that tells people what hours you expect them to work. It does get a little bit tricky when, say, you're a creative and you're doing creative stuff and that conflict, but